Hello Magic Makers, welcome to Storytime with Mombierella. This is a young adult fiction and may be inappropriate for some younger viewers.
Evil Thing. A Tale of That DeVille Woman by Serena Valentino. Copyright Disney Enterprises Incorporated, 2020. Chapter 9, Part 1. Crackerjack Timing. Anita and I had a swanking evening planned for the night after my little birthday party with the servants. I almost couldn't stand the thought of leaving poor Perdita downstairs with the staff so Anita and I could go out to dinner. I knew she would be safe with Mrs. Badley and the others fussing over her, but I couldn't help worrying. Anita and Miss Prickett talked me into going out nevertheless. "Oh, Cruella, Perdita will be treated like a little queen down in the kitchen. Mrs. Badley has been saving scraps of meat for her all day," said Miss Prickett. "Please, it's your 18th birthday, Cruella. We have to celebrate," said Anita. Both of them implored me, with their sweet smiles and puppy-dog eyes. "Well, if you're both going to gang up on me like this, I might regret my decision to have you stay with us for a while, Miss Prickett," I said, laughing. She knew I was joking. Miss Prickett and I had fallen into a new stride with each other since she had come back. All was well with us, as if nothing at all had happened. I tried talking with her about it, when I asked if she'd like to stay until her next engagement, which started in a few weeks. I felt I needed to tell her how sorry I was, but she wouldn't hear it. All she would say was that she understood and that Anita had explained everything. I really felt quite lucky to have Anita and Miss Prickett back again. I had almost written her so many times, but I poured all of my regrets and misgivings into my letters to Anita. She was the only person I could confide in, and I was so happy I had, because she took it upon herself to let Miss Prickett know how deeply sorry I really was. As we were trying to decide what to wear for our night out, I remembered I had a gift for Anita. "Miss Prickett, will you get me the big white box at the top of my closet?" The box had a big red ribbon with a tag that Miss Prickett read aloud. "Anita," she said as she brought the box over to her. Anita flushed. "Oh, Cruella, what's this? It's your birthday, not mine." I giggled, like we were small girls again. "Just open it, Anita. I hope I got the right size." Anita took her time opening the box, undoing the bow with small, precise gestures. "Anita, open the damn thing. Come on. I'm excited for you to see it." She lifted the lid to reveal a pool of shimmering light blue and silver, a cocktail dress, one of those sparkling, slinky numbers. I knew Anita's guardian didn't lavish his ward with gifts and expensive clothing the way he did his own daughters, and I didn't want her feeling out of place when we went out. This would be the first of many gifts I had planned to give Anita. Oh, I had such great plans for us, and I couldn't wait to share them with her at dinner. "Cruella, do you want to wear the black and silver?" Miss Prickett asked. I did. It was my favorite dress. "Oh, and my black and white fur, and my jade earrings," I said. Miss Prickett smiled at us and said, "You're both going to look so lovely tonight. I wish I could see it." Anita flinched, and I could see she thought I should have invited Miss Prickett to dinner with us. I almost thought I should. She was, after all, there as a friend, even though she had been quite seamlessly stepping right back into the role of being my lady's maid. The last thing I wanted to do was make her uncomfortable, but I asked her nevertheless. I was a new woman, after all, and I was stepping out of the traditional lady's role. Why not invite her? "Miss Prickett, you wouldn't want to join us this evening, would you?" Miss Prickett smiled, tears almost coming to her eyes. "Thank you, my dear, no. Though it means so much to me that you would ask. This is your special evening, and it's going to be magical." The restaurant was glittering. It was the evening I had wanted and hoped for. It was the first time Anita and I had been out together without a chaperone. I was 18, and Miss Prickett agreed it would be acceptable if we had the evening to ourselves. As we walked up to the maitre d', I saw us in a large gilded mirror to our right. The words, "Distinguish yourself," rang in my ears. As I looked at myself in the mirror, I felt empowered that evening, wearing my finery, my coat and my earrings. I felt like I was on top of the world, and I had Anita at my side. I decided it was the perfect night to spring my news on her. My grand idea of touring the world together. I knew she would be just as excited as I was. I waited until after dinner to tell her, and I was so giddy with anticipation, Anita thought I'd had a bit too much sugar. "Cruella, maybe you should slow down a bit," she said, pulling the dessert plate closer to her. She always made me laugh. "Anita, stop. I have some news." She smiled. "I have some news too. But you tell me yours first." I slammed my hand down on the table dramatically and exclaimed, "You're going to be sprung from Miss Upturn's in just a couple months, and as soon as you are, I want us to travel the world together. Oh, Anita, let's start our adventure somewhere exotic, like Egypt. We can see the pyramids, ride camels, or maybe we can find where my earrings are from, track down the pirate, and see if he demands them back from me. Let's escape stuffy London society, its insipid rules. We can go anywhere." Anita's smile faded. This was not what I was expecting. I'd thought she would be happy. I'd thought she would be excited. I'd thought she would be thankful. "What's wrong? Do you want to go somewhere else? We can go anywhere you'd like. The world is ours to explore." "Oh, Cruella," Anita said sadly, "I can't go. I'm going to typing school right after I graduate from Miss Upturn's." Typing school? I couldn't think of anything duller. Whatever for? "Cruella, I love learning French, how to paint, how to dance. I love all of it, but none of it will help me in the real world. I need a way to make a living for myself. I don't want to be a governess or companion to a snooty lady." Her words stung. Was that what she thought of me? "I see," I said. "No, that's not what I meant." She was mortified. "You're different from the other ladies. I love you. You know that I do, Cruella. But you don't know what it's like in the real world. You don't have to worry about money. I need skills that will earn me an income I can depend on." "But Anita, I'm offering to show you the real world, and you don't have to worry about money. I'll pay for everything." "And what if you fall in love with someone? What if your life takes you in another direction? Where will that leave me?" "I won't meet someone. I don't want to marry, and I always want you with me as my companion. I will always take care of you." "So I'd be your servant?" "No, not a servant, my friend. Your friend who you pay to spend time with you." Anita reached across the table and took my hand sadly. "Oh, Cruella, I love you dearly. But don't you see, I need to make my own way for myself in the world. I'm so sorry to disappoint you." I drew my hand away, and Anita flinched. "It's fine, I understand," I said. But I didn't understand. What was so great about typing school that it was worth abandoning your best friend? I was hurt. "Are you okay, Cruella? Are you cross with me?" I said I wasn't, but I was terribly disappointed. The rest of the evening was very quiet between us. I didn't even ask her about her news. I assumed she was just going to tell me about typing school. I supposed she was very excited about it, if someone could be excited about such a thing. That night, as I lay in bed, it occurred to me that with Anita going off to school and my mother off on her travels, I was truly alone. I knew it was silly, but I had imagined that Anita and I would be friends forever. I hadn't thought there would ever be a day when she would really leave me. But I guess we were both growing up. Maybe her place was typing school. And she seemed to be pushing me in the same direction as my mother had, to marry some boring lord. All I wanted was to escape the stifling life my mother was trying to thrust upon me, and now Anita was sticking me in the same box. Perdita snuggled up against me in my bed, and I stroked her soft fur, wondering how it had all gone so terribly wrong. Wondering why Anita didn't love me as I'd hoped she did, and wondering if I couldn't persuade Miss Prickett to stay with me, because without Anita, I had no one. The rest of Anita's visit was awkward. She spent most of her time downstairs visiting with the servants, and I busied myself with the running of the household. Mamma had written to say she was coming home. I was hoping Anita would be headed back to school before Mamma returned, but Jackson received word she would be arriving that night, Anita's last night. We would have to suffer a quiet, strained dinner together, At least it was just for one night, and Anita would be gone the next morning. My mother could yell at me all she wanted then.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you haven't had a chance to, please take a second, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, comment down below, share with a friend, and check out some of the other Villain series chapters and books as well. Join us next time, and remember, let it go and keep moving forward. Have a magical day. Bye.